Have you ever felt misunderstood in your relationship? Picture a couple, Jason and Emma, living in the quiet comfort of their shared home. Jason, a man of unwavering dedication, pours his heart and soul into his work. His long hours and tireless commitment are his way of expressing love, of ensuring a stable and comfortable life for Emma. This is his love language, his way of saying, "I love you." It's a silent sacrifice, a language spoken through actions, not words. But the irony of love languages is that they are not universal. What one person perceives as an act of love, another might not understand. And this is where Emma finds herself, lost in translation. Amid the hushed atmosphere of their home, she yearns for a different dialogue. She craves emotional connection, the shared laughter, the intimate conversations, the quality time that once defined their relationship. Her heart aches with a sense of loneliness that has slowly crept in, like a shadow growing longer as the day fades into evening. In the silence, she feels the weight of unspoken words and unmet needs. And amidst the quiet, the park, once a place of shared laughter and joy, now stands as a poignant reminder of the emotional distance that has grown between them. It's a silent testament to the love they once shared, now obscured by the fog of misunderstanding. It's a symbol of a relationship that has slowly drifted off course like a ship lost at sea. But just as a lighthouse guides a ship back to safe harbor, so too can understanding guide a relationship back to solid ground. In this subdued atmosphere, their story unfolds, a tale of love, misunderstanding, and the journey to find common ground. It's a reminder that love is not a one-size-fits-all language. It's a symphony of different notes, different rhythms, different melodies, and to truly understand it, we must learn to listen to the unique music of our partner's heart. Sometimes the language of love gets lost in translation, but as we'll see, it's never too late to learn a new language, to find a new rhythm, to rediscover the melody of love. What happens when our expressions of love are not understood? In the quiet corners of their home, Emma finds herself yearning for a different kind of connection. The laughter and shared moments that once filled their days have given way to a silence that echoes her loneliness. She craves the emotional intimacy that was once abundant, the quality time they used to spend together, the affection that used to be freely given. Her heart carries the weight of unspoken needs, a silent plea for the return of the love she once felt. The memories of their shared laughter, their shared dreams, their shared life have now become a stark reminder of the emotional distance that has grown between them. In the solitude of the kitchen, she finally breaks the silence. Her voice trembles as she admits, "I just don't feel loved anymore." Her confession is a whisper in the quiet room, a raw expression of the sadness that has taken root within her. Across the table, Jason is taken aback. His surprise is palpable, his confusion evident. He had believed that his dedication to their family, his long hours at work, his tireless efforts to provide a comfortable life, were a clear demonstration of his love. He had thought that his commitment was his way of expressing his affection, but as he looks into Emma's tear-filled eyes, he is hit with a painful realization. His actions, his sacrifices, his efforts were not speaking the language that Emma needed to hear. His expressions of love, though well-intentioned, were not being understood. And so, they find themselves at a crossroads, their love lost in translation, their connection strained by unmet needs. They stand on the precipice of a widening emotional gap, their hearts heavy with the weight of unspoken words and unrecognized efforts. It's a painful realization when the language of love we speak isn't the one our partner hears. Can words on a page bridge an emotional gap? Emma, in a brave act of vulnerability, attempts to do just that. She dips her pen into the inkwell of her heart, each stroke revealing the depth of her loneliness. Her words form a map, charting the terrain of her longing for the emotional connection they once shared. The letter, a crystalline reflection of her soul, becomes a testament to her unspoken desires. On the other side, Jason, with the letter in hand, is confronted with the stark reality of his misunderstanding. Each word pierces through the veil of his well-intentioned efforts, illuminating the emotional intricacies that define their relationship. His eyes trace the heartfelt words, absorbing the raw honesty of Emma's feelings. The letter, a mirror to Emma's soul, confronts him with a truth he had failed to see. Sometimes the written word can become a catalyst for change. How do we face the reality of our miscommunication? In the hushed stillness of the garden, the echoes of past laughter and shared joy seem almost haunting. Emma and Jason, once bound by their love, now grapple with the widening chasm of emotional disconnect. Emma, her eyes brimming with unshed tears, opens her heart to Jason. She speaks of her longing for the warmth of his affection, the comfort of his presence, the reassurance of his touch. Her voice trembles as she lays bare her yearning for quality time, the language of love she understands and craves. Jason, on the other hand, is caught in the storm of revelation. The realization hits him like a bolt of lightning, illuminating the darkness of his understanding. His well-intentioned efforts, his tireless dedication, his constant strive to provide a comfortable life for Emma, all seem to fall flat in the face of her heart-wrenching revelation. He had been speaking a language of love, yes, but not the one Emma needed to hear. The garden, once a sanctuary of joy and shared dreams, now stands as a silent witness to their painful revelation. The vibrant hues of spring seem to fade into the gray monotony of their disconnect. The chirping of birds, once a symphony of life, now echoes the somber notes of their unspoken pain. Yet, amidst the agony, there's a sense of awakening. Emma's words, though laden with sorrow, open a new window of understanding for Jason. He begins to grasp the gravity of his actions, the unintended impact of his relentless pursuit of a comfortable life for Emma. He realizes the consequences of not recognizing Emma's love language, of not tuning into the frequency of her emotional needs. In the solemn silence of the garden, Emma and Jason face the stark reality of their miscommunication. It's a painful revelation, a bitter pill to swallow. Yet, it's a necessary step towards bridging the chasm that has grown between them. A garden of joy can quickly become a garden of sorrow when love languages clash. How do we begin to heal when we've been speaking different love languages? As we return to the living room, we find Emma and Jason in a painful yet healing embrace. The room, once filled with unspoken tensions, now echoes their tearful conversations. These discussions, though difficult, are crucial. They are the stepping stones towards understanding, towards healing, towards love. In the midst of their shared pain, a new understanding begins to dawn. They realize the essential role that recognition plays in love. They understand that love is not just about expressing your feelings, but also about recognizing and responding to your partner's love language. This realization, though seemingly simple, is profound. Jason, who had been so focused on providing for their physical needs, comes to understand the significance of quality time and emotional connection for Emma. He pledges to be more present, to not just exist in the same space, but to truly be there, with Emma, in every moment. This is not an easy task. It requires him to step out of his comfort zone, to change his way of expressing love. But he is willing to make this change because he understands that this is what Emma needs, what their relationship needs. Emma, on the other hand, though still wounded, begins to see Jason's efforts in a new light. She starts to appreciate the love he has been expressing in his own way. She acknowledges the sacrifice and dedication that went into his tireless work. She understands that his way of expressing love was through providing, through ensuring a comfortable life for her. This understanding helps her see Jason's actions as acts of love, even though they were not in the language she expected. In the end, the healing begins. It begins when they commit to understanding and responding to each other's love languages. It begins when they realize that love is not just about expressing your feelings, but also about recognizing and respecting your partner's way of expressing love. Healing begins when we commit to understanding the language of love our partner speaks. What does the sunset symbolize in a renewed connection? As Emma and Jason find themselves bathed in the soft, warm glow of the setting sun, they sit together, their hearts echoing lessons learned. A profound understanding has taken root, casting a new light on their relationship. In the quiet hush of the evening, they reflect on the journey they've embarked upon. A journey that has taught them the importance of understanding and responding to each other's love languages. They've discovered that the key to a thriving relationship isn't just about expressing love, but expressing it in a way that resonates with the other person. They sit hand in hand, their silhouettes merging with the fading light. The sunset, once just a beautiful spectacle, now stands as a symbol of their renewed connection. As the sun sets, a new chapter begins, one where love is expressed in the language your partner understands, fostering a renewed connection.